Hi everyone, you all are most welcome to Tutorials Point. Well, don't we day in day out keep getting calls from those customer service agents who keep advertising or for that matter sometimes even if we face some service breakdown we call the customer care center and the kind of responses that we get just fan the flames further. How about those situations? Aren't they really frustrating? And on the top of it, the answers or the responses, those typical scripted ones which we get from the customer service employees or executives working there, don't they just completely blow us off our minds, or we just want to fast forward them and just say what we want to say? Well, they definitely are right. Precisely why we have made this video, so that you actually can learn certain positive phrases to deal with these negative situations. Well, let's go ahead and let's get going and learn about certain positive phrases which can actually help you to deal with such negative situations. Well, here's the first one. What is the most common service breakdown message, post service breakdown message which we get and it just completely sounds and looks so irritating? We regret any inconvenience this may have caused you. Well, what about this word may? Obviously, it has caused so much inconvenience, isn't it? It definitely has completely ruined the service that we were up to, be it internet, be it calling, or be it any other service, right? So instead of using may, because obviously the customer has come to you because he or she feels that definitely it was really frustrating for him or her, right? Otherwise, why would he or she specially take out time to give you a call? So this word may completely spoils it all. So what do we say instead of that? Well, a better response would be, I'm sorry that your experience was, so and so. That of course is very situation specific, but definitely not, we regret any inconvenience this may have caused you. This would be a very kind of a lame response, especially to those customers who are already frustrated because of some service breakdown or any other reason, right? Well, the list is very long, and here is the next another very lame response which could actually really aggravate the customers further. Well, here is the next one. Your feedback will be shared with the appropriate team. Oh my God. Another very irresponsible way of responding to customers. Well, again, these are situations wherein maybe a customer called the helpline number and lodged a complaint about a certain, probably a complaint which was supposed to be handled by a different department altogether. And imagine what the agent who just received the call of that irritated customer, what did he or she say? He or she said, well, your feedback will be shared with the appropriate department. Not even naming the department, right? Won't it be further frustrating for the customer? Well, at least when you are taking responsibility for the problem, at least name the department wherein you are going to probably take it further or lodge the complaint further, maybe to get things corrected. So don't you think if you are taking responsibility, at least mentioning the name of the department is absolutely imperative, instead of just saying that your feedback will be shared with the appropriate department? Well, that would again be a very lame kind of a response. So just be careful next time. In case you are dealing with any customer, be careful about not saying that. Rather, what would be a positive and maybe a better way of dealing with this situation? It'd rather be, I'll share your feedback about whatever the problem is with our so and so department, whichever you feel is appropriate and responsible for that particular situation or for that particular problem. Well, here is another next situation which also would be very frustrating for the customer, especially the one who already has faced some certain issues regarding the service that you are providing them, and now just comes to you with his grievances and complaints, and you just say, well, I'm sorry that you felt the need to complain. Well, again, felt the need, obviously. I mean, who in this world wants to just separately sit, take out time and call you? Obviously, felt the need would again be a very lame way of expressing, even if you want to apologize, or even if you want to express that, this was not what you wanted, or you're sorry for that particular situation. That would again be a very lame, and rather it would further fan the flames, right? So instead of that, a better way to respond, which would actually make the customer feel slightly better, would be, I'm sorry, I can appreciate how, insert the problem, must have been frustrating for you, right? So instead of saying that I'm sorry that you felt the need to complain, you rather, if you acknowledge the customer's problem, definitely it is going to placate the customer further. And of course, thereafter there would definitely be a list of troubleshooting steps, and well, all of that is very technical to do with. But as far as the customer service part of it is concerned, it is really important for you not to say anything which would kind of aggravate the customer more, or which would make the customer feel more and more irritated, right? So instead of that, if you put it forward the other way around, that I'm sorry and I can appreciate how I completely understand how, like, so and so problem, whichever you feel, must have been really frustrating for you, and let me see how we can work it out. Or of course, from thereafter, you definitely can take over the technical aspect of the same. But just bluntly saying that you feel the need to complain would be very lame, so avoid using that. Now here is again this next situation wherein your response could actually help the customer, or would make the customer furthermore irritated. Now, how about those situations wherein the customers are self-directed to the websites and all to find certain troubleshooting steps? And how about a customer who is kind of stuck in that situation and then gives you a call? So instead of you saying, or how about a situation where the agent or the customer service executive just says, you'll find a solution or quicker answer to this problem if you visit so and so website. Well, obviously, in today's world, who do you think doesn't visit a website, or who do you think doesn't know how to visit a website? So or maybe even if the customer in some way or the other has missed out visiting the website, instead of directly saying that, taking slight ownership and then saying that, okay, let me direct you to the web page wherein you will find information pertaining to so and so problem in this particular link. Well, once you take that ownership, definitely it is going to soothe the customer, and I am sure problem solving, or the problem not being solved, is completely a different aspect of customer service. But the very first thing which actually the customer is looking forward to is a good customer service, right? So customer service industry, let me tell you, not just works on technically solving the problems, it more so works on the way you handle the customer. So of course, the key to it. So if you really want to be successful at your customer service, these are certain nuances which you need to take care of. Now here is the next situation, which again would definitely occur to you if you are in customer service, and that is, let us suppose there has been a situation where the customer contacted you for a certain issue, and you were somehow, due to any reason, any technical or any reason, you were not able to completely solve, troubleshoot the customer's problem. And imagine what, because it was scripted, so you being, a customer service agent, just said it, is there anything else that I can help you with? I mean, without even solving the primary issue for which the customer visited you, won't it really blow the customer off his or her mind? Of course, what would he or she think? Well, the very first thing, why I visited you, you couldn't sort it out, and now you're saying, is there anything else I can help you with? Oh my god, that would be completely lame, right? So try though it might be scripted, and obviously you have to work within the parameters of your organization, but this could actually help you a lot to understand customer service. Instead of saying that, a better and an authentic way of addressing the customer's concern would be, I'm sorry that you had to contact us for so and so problem. I will raise the issue with so and so department and ensure that things are get sorted out as soon as possible so that you can be happy in the future again. So it's just a difference in semantics, right? Instead of just directly saying, and way to just showing unauthentic sympathy would make the customer really would not help the customer in any way, right? So of course, technically solving the issue, as I already said, is a different aspect altogether. But before that, it is the way in which you are dealing with the customer mentally that is actually going to help things out, right? So now again, last but definitely not the least, out of the many different situations which customer service industry has to face, last but not the least situation would be, please don't hesitate to contact us. Again, something that would again be, it would be a very lame sympathy, right? Now, obviously, who wants to just contact you for just the sake of contacting you, right? Taking out time to call someone is not, no one is as free to do that, right? So don't hesitate to contact us. Obviously, if they would need only then would they contact, right? Or so to say, there are certain customers who actually who do feel hesitated sometimes, right? Because they might be stuck with some work or maybe due to XYZ reason. So when you are overtly mentioning this again starts to sound as a very unauthentic way of sympathizing, right? So a better way of putting the same thing forward would be, please contact us if you have any questions and we are very happy to help you, right? And that would, again, the idea that you wanted to put forward is the same, but you are presenting it in a different manner, right? In other words, it's just a difference in the words that is actually bringing about a bigger change. So definitely now you know that if you are kind of stuck in these customer service worldly situations, you know how to break it and get out of it victorious, so that you are not the customer who actually at some point in time just felt so irritated because the responses or those scripted reported responses which you got, right? So it definitely would be a better idea to have a completely different perspective of customer service, and I suppose that I have been able to give you that different perspective through this video. Keep watching Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day. We will see you again in the next video.